Welcome to the Prophecy Club. Our topic today is, has China gone digital, as in cashless? And I'm going to say right up front, I hope this whole thing is just not true. I hope it is fake news. And I hope that by the time in the next 24 hours, 48 on the outside, we should know if this whole report is true. And Hal Turner says, very big capital letters, it is unverified. But I think I'll explain that to you. And we've got enough prophecies saying this is coming to where it is a very good idea we not put this back on the shelf. I think we need to examine it. Again, I hope it is not true. He starts with a disclaimer, so am I. He says it is unverified. And I tried, and I could not verify this. But we know from the prophecies, if it's not true now, it is coming. And for that reason, I'm going to cover it today. So the first question is, what if Trump is the person to push the button to move us from our current financial system into the new financial system being digital? After all, he is the one that pushed the Genius Act in. He's the one that just signed it. And right now, he appears to be the guy in charge of the world. He also just got his big, beautiful bill passed. Could it be that that was one of the things he was waiting for before he moves us to the new financial system? Now he can arrest congressmen and women because now they've signed the big, beautiful bill. So now may be the time when a lot of arrests start and the new financial system starts. The Genius Bill passed. Now he can start changing to digital currency. We know that the mark of the beast has to be digital because when the Bible says no man can buy or sell save he had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name, that requires digital because the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, has to get between the buyer and seller and stop that transaction. The only way you can do that is a digital system. Kind of interesting that Musk has his low Earth orbiting satellite system. Okay, let's go on. Unverified report, he says. China shuts ATMs and seizes all cash, must use digital yuan. Again, I'm going to say again, it sounds a little hard to believe, but I don't know, we've got probably 12 to 14 prophecies that say this is coming. So I will continue. He says a single video report has come out of China claiming China's biggest cities are now cashless. Not by choice, but by force. The report goes on to claim that ATMs have gone dark, vaults are being emptied of physical cash, and overnight, July 20 to 21, the digital yuan is the only currency. Digital yuan is the only currency allowed. China's biggest cities are now cashless, not by choice, but by force. ATMs gone dark, vaults being emptied overnight, the digital yuan is the only currency allowed. What used to be called your money no longer belongs to you because right now China isn't going digital, it's seizing control. What triggered Beijing to pull the plug on cash so suddenly and so ruthlessly? Could it be that the big, beautiful bill just passed and the Genius Act just passed, giving digital currency a one-to-one with the dollar? I suspect so. Now, before I go any further, we're getting close to the bottom line, getting close to being in the red again. I hate to have to say it, but I haven't said it for a long time, okay, defense of me. But we need your help. So if God has blessed you and you can help Prophecy Club now, it'd be a really good time. Back to the point. Inside those banks, night shift workers were already under instruction. They had already received sealed documents hours earlier in the night, marked with big red letters saying Class A Financial Security Directive. The command was simple. Disable all ATM access by 6 a.m., no exceptions, no delays, and the report claims it's exactly what has happened. By the time the sun rose, over parts of Shenzhen, the familiar green lights on ATM screens across the city, dark. People started the day as usual. Commuters stopped to withdraw cash before work. Small business owners lined up to grab change for the day's sales, but none of them succeeded. Instead, machines displayed a single jarring message. This service is no longer supported. Please use capital ECNY. No explanation, no redirect, just a QR code saying, okay, in silence. Some people thought it's a technical issue, a server problem. Others assumed it's just a power glitch. They wait. They refresh. Nothing. Then they started walking to another branch, different kiosks, underground ATMs still in corner shops. Same message, same shutdown. By 7:15, panic begins to spread. Phone lines to local banks jammed. WeChat groups filled with screenshots, voice notes bound around. Has your ATM spot stopped working? They're saying it's not a malfunction. I just tried 3 different banks, one said, all offline. By 8 a.m., bank entrances across China are packed with people demanding answers. One man, a delivery driver, captures a video outside the downtown branch. You can hear shouting in the background. They told us the machine is broken, he says. But it's not. They just shut it down, every single one. Now, do you think that video got out of China? No. So just to verify this, I looked up what is the value of the yuan. Now, if this was happening, I would expect it to just have fallen like a rock. But as you can see, no, it looks okay. So maybe this is just fake news. Maybe it's just a spoof. But even if it is, it's a pretty good understanding of what probably is coming based upon the prophecies. Let's go on. In the video, more than 40 people wait outside, clutching bank cards, holding phones, trying to refresh frozen apps. Some are workers, some retirees. One woman starts crying. She was supposed to withdraw rent by noon. The video goes viral almost immediately. It's reposted on Douyin, then Twitter, then Telegram. The hashtag "Where's my cash?" begins trending, not just in China but globally. By noon, it's already gone scrubbed, vanished from Chinese social media. In other words, they pulled it. Weibo, users trying to search it to see familiar phrases. This topic's temporarily unavailable due to relevant laws and regulations. They pulled it. In just a few hours, tens of millions of people across China realize something chilling is going on. This isn't just a system error. It's not maintenance. It's not fraud prevention. It's deliberate. Across the country, an entire infrastructure of cash distribution, hundreds of thousands of machines. Oh, it's more than the machines. Back-end servers, cash dispensers, armored cash trucks have been switched off like a light with no warning, no backup, no timeline for return. Small business owners losing morning customers who had only physical currency. The grandmother in Wuhan can't pay her neighborhood vegetable vendor. She offers a $50 yuan note, but the stall owner shakes his head. They came last night, told us not to accept bills. It's capital ECNY now or nothing. Vaults raided, bills seized, ATM shut down with just the opening move. What came next is faster, bolder, and even more invasive than anyone expected. Chinese citizens scramble to find working cash machines. The Chinese government quietly activates Phase 2. What's Phase 2? Physical cash seizure, not from the streets, but from the banks. Across China, unmarked vehicles arrived outside major bank branches. This is just like one of our prophets, Brandon Biggs, saw the same thing in America. Major bank branches. Inside, executives received sealed documents stamped with red ink. The headline reads, Operation Yuan Horizon. Below it, a direct order from the Central Financial Commission. Effective immediately, all vault-held physical currency is to be transferred to new designated ECNY processing centers. Full compliance required. Deviation constitutes obstruction of national financial security. Guys, Friday, Trump signed the Genius Act. This is probably not fake. This is probably really happening. And if it's really happening in China, you can expect it in America any day now. In simpler terms, empty your vaults. By 10:30 a.m., armored cash trucks begin arriving at select bank branches, not to deliver cash, but to collect the cash. These aren't usual routes. These trucks were accompanied by armed officers from the People's Armed Police Force, not regular bank guards. Employees watch in silence at pallets of yuan notes, stacks of hundreds, thousands, sometimes millions of yuans, currency, as in cash, as in paper, loaded into vans, sealed with biometric tags, and driven off under military escort. No receipts, no documentation, no client consent. A junior bank manager, clearly shaken, leaks a voice memo to a friend abroad. It gets posted anonymously. We were told not to inform customers until the removal was complete. One woman started crying. She thought her wedding savings were being stolen, but we couldn't stop it. They said it was above us. In some cases, personal safe deposit boxes opened. Not all, but enough to start rumors, especially in some places where several families with multi-generational savings stored in vaults report being contacted by officials. They were told that their holdings will be evaluated for digital transition. I'm going to say that again. Digital transition. In other words, if this is true, China is transferring from paper and coins to digital, just like the prophecies say is coming to America. They're told their holdings will be evaluated for digital transition, no details provided. Even pawn shops, gold brokers, cash-heavy businesses get the knock. One jade merchant is ordered to turn over 320,000 yuan in paper currency from his office safe. He resists at first, but then they show him government decree, signed, sealed, official. He has no choice. He hands it over. They scan it, record it, hand him a QR code on a plain white sheet. They said, the money will come back digitally. Now think about it. If America is going to go like Coverstone was told, the coins and the paper, like Brandon Biggs said, the paper is seized, all the banks keep all of the money. If that happens in America, would it not happen something pretty close to this? They can't tell people it's coming, because then what? There's a run on the banks to get the cash out. They've got to do it surprise-like. Let's go on. They said the money will come back digitally. He recalls later, I haven't seen it though, the code says processing, and that's it. He can't pay his vendors, payroll, shop assistants, everything is shut down. But by afternoon, videos surface of vault doors being sealed with white tape marked with government insignia. Some bank workers stare in disbelief. Others simply look exhausted and resigned. A few still try to reassure customers it's temporary, they said. The money will be converted soon, but no one really knows because as far as the state is concerned, cash is no longer legal. I'm going to say it again. Cash, as in coins and paper, is no longer legal tender. We've known this. Brothers and sisters, we've known this. It's not a surprise. We can expect, if it's not really happening in China, it's coming soon. That's why I'm putting it on. Even if it's not really happening in China. It's no longer a medium of exchange or a store of value. It's not even yours anymore. It's state property pending digital verification. The only thing scarier than watching your money vanish is being told it's still there, you just don't control it anymore. But even those who cooperate aren't spared because the next step makes the digital yuan inescapable. Digital yuan or nothing. I'll say it again. Digital yuan or nothing, or digital dollar or nothing. About 3 p.m., another wave hits. This time, it's not the banks, it's the apps. Across China, millions of smartphones buzz simultaneously. Notification, I'm going to say, To some degree, I believe this. To some degree, it sounds like this is all made up. Okay, it sounds like this is a big spoof. And frankly, I hope it is. I hope in the next day or so, this is all proven to just be somebody's idea of how they think it'll really happen. But we prophecy students know this is not a joke. Okay? What have we got? 12, 14 different people that have seen this happening? I'm going to cover some if I have time. Notifications flood in from the country's largest financial platforms. ICBC, Bank of China, Alipay, and WeChat Pay. But these aren't security alerts or policy updates. These are system changes. Forced, silent, absolute. When users open their apps, they don't see their usual dashboards, no balance summaries, no transaction history. Instead, they see a new screen. Bold, unfamiliar, and unskippable. At the top, welcome to ECNY. Below, it a new interface showing a Digital Yuan wallet marked as active. There's no cancel. There's no opt-out, just two buttons, continue or verify identity. You know, on some of the cell phones right now, you don't have to push in your number to have access, just show it your face. So are our digital phones capable of doing that? Oh, yes, they are. Let's go on. The shift is so seamless. It's almost surreal. It feels like less than an update, more like someone just flipped a switch. Then the real panic begins. Users try to check their savings accounts only to see a grayed out message that says conversion pending, funds temporarily unavailable. Others try to make QR payments at stores like they do every day, but the screen freezes. A small red banner appears. I mean, I have to tell you, this sounds like it's made up. I hope this is not real. Please activate your Digital Yuan wallet to continue. Bank transfers fail. Online payments cash. ATM withdrawals already blocked now, but have no fallback. Your entire financial life frozen until you agree. It sounds made up. Again, I'm going to put it out. One university student in Wuhan posted on the Telegram channel, "My scholarship money came in today, but it's locked. The app says I need to accept Digital Yuan first. So what if I say no?" She finds out fast. She tries to pay rent, but it fails. She buys lunch and it fails. She books a train ticket, blocked. Even her mobile data recharge is declined. She walks to a corner store, offers to pay cash. The clerk points to a new sticker on the window, ECNY only, cash disabled. See, I mean, a lot of this just sounds like this is made up. But I'm reading it because even if it is made up, it's probably coming. And it's probably coming sooner rather than later. So I will continue with it. Controlled by code. Now the Digital Yuan isn't just the dominant currency, it's the only currency. And within hours of activation, its real purpose begins to show, because this isn't just a digital version of cash, it's programmable money. And those programs are now running in real time. And multiple users started reporting strange messages in their bank apps. One man tries to buy a plane ticket twice for a quick round trip to Beijing. His wallet freezes, suspicious travel pattern detected. Your ECNY wallet has been temporarily suspended for 72 hours. Just like that, he's grounded, no explanation, no appeal. See, the more I read of this, the more it sounds like it's made up. I mean, who could know all of this all in one 24-hour period? Another woman sends 5,000 yuan to her younger brother who lives in a different province. The moment the transaction goes through, her screen flashes red. High value transfer to unverified recipients may result in penalties. She doesn't know what the penalty is. She doesn't want to find out. Okay, so there's more. But let me just jump to what we do know is coming. I said Brandon Biggs saw something similar to this. I was praying and I saw a flagpole with a $100 bill flying as it were flags. Same thing Coverstone saw. I saw it change to a digital code. It was like digital crypto writing on it. And I said, "Lord, what are you showing me?" He said, "The dollar is about to turn into a digital dollar, and it'll be worth half what it is now." So even if the first part of that is a spoof, frankly, it kind of sounds like, and I hope it is, even if it's just made up, it's in line with the prophecies, and it could very well be giving us a very good picture of what is soon to take place. And he said the dollar is about to turn into a digital dollar, and it'll be worth half what it is now. He showed me all the banks. Look at that word. Look at that word. Seized the money inside of them. It was like a bail-in. That's worse than what just happened in China, if that thing is true. And we don't know if it's true yet. Then let's jump to another one. The angel brought up the dollar again last night and told me, I told you the purchasing power of the dollar would be around 50 cents. It's happening right now. This is May 7th, 2024. So we're like over a year ago now. Now, we look at our wrist to look at our watch, what God says now. But to God, a day is with the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is a day. Inflation's getting worse and worse, true. The purchasing power of the dollar is crumbling as we speak day by day. He said there will be a major event that causes a significant stock market crash. Would that be switching to the new digital currency? Maybe. It will send it into the 1930s type crash. It's coming, and there will be an event that happens. The Lord showed me an American flag transferred into a $100 bill, waving in the wind. Suddenly it transformed into a digital code, almost like a crypto code, just like what happened Friday with the Genius bill. It was moving like it was alive, like the internet math code. It kept moving and moving. And I said, Lord, what is this? He said, dollar's about to turn into a digital dollar. So $100 bill will be worth $50. The bank seized it all, seized all the money in the banks. They called it a debt jubilee. I saw lines of people standing at the Target stores. Now, the reason I put this up here as my background today is because I think that's a celebration of what Trump sees. This was at the RNC convention. And it was a celebration. I think they knew by then they had the presidency. And one of the things when Trump takes over, he wants to do is to wipe out the Federal Reserve, the IRS, to do away with the worthless dollar and bring in a new digital system that will be asset-backed. That's probably part of this. This is all part of their plan. I know it sounds bad, but I think in the end, for a lot of us, it will be very, very good. The Lord showed me the lines of people standing at Target stores trying to get food. They weren't dressed like they were in poverty-looking clothes and nice clothes. In other words, it happened suddenly. It happened quickly, as in overnight. And that's the same thing David Phillips saw, too. It happened overnight. There was no warning. There was hardly anything left in the stores. Remember, You Be Ready saw that people were fighting in the stores, even killing each other just for food. He showed me certain things that would happen with gold and silver. Remember, Shane Warren was told silver is going to skyrocket, 800, 200 gold. Now let's jump to this one. I like this one. Charles Turner had a vision in a room. I heard a loud rumbling under my feet and rolling behind me. On the wall began to appear numbers calculated like algebra and geometry. I saw cash dropping into an abyss type of place. In other words, coins and cash disappear. Everyone says that. There was no end to it. Cash was disappearing into the darkness. And let me make another point. I know that right now we look at the world and we think, oh, Trump's fixing everything. We think, oh, well, we don't need to listen to all this prophecy stuff. Actually, I think the fulfillments are closer today than they ever have been. I don't think we're getting out of the trouble. I think Trump is bringing us into the trouble to bring that victory celebration you see behind me. In other words, a new system, a new constitution, a new republic, a new cash system, digital. Let me go on. I saw cash dropping into an abyss-type place. There was no end to it. Cash was disappearing into the darkness. I saw dollars begin to start fading on each side to the point where you couldn't see the numbers on the bills, but the numbers continued to fade away. I was made to know that the dollar is going away. and a cashless system of how many times you got to hear this? Cashless system of digital numbers was coming to be our new medium of exchange. So if that report is not just a spoof, if this really happened in the overnight in China, if it did, then we could expect it here within in my opinion, a few days. I don't think it'll be a few weeks because everybody's going to start getting wise to it. You can't keep that kind of news out of the world for long. If it did happen, we'll soon know about it. I heard the Lord say digital. I said, oh my God, the cash is fading away and digital is coming in as a new domain. So I've got lots of these. Let me just wrap up by saying this. I need your help. I need help sending this message out to people. I need you to click like, share, and subscribe. I need you to make sure your name is in the book of life, basking Jesus in your heart. And before we reach the bottom of the barrel, I need your financial help so we can keep this going. One of these days, the money you come in, drill a well in Israel, and never, ever, ever ask for a donation again. I can't wait till that day arrives. But right now, if God has blessed you and you can help us, now we would really appreciate it. We invite you to the Prophecy, Healing, and Deliverance Conference, September 11th through 13th. And I have my lovely wife, Leslie, going to tell you what she's going to be talking on. Leslie?
Yes, I'm going to be talking on the role of a prophet. You know, there's so many voices out there today that are calling themselves prophet, but we're going to get into what is really the authority and the role of a prophet. So maybe you'll have a better understanding. Maybe you'll find out that you are a prophet, or maybe you'll find out you're not a prophet. And then I'm going to talk about the greatest problem for Christians. There's one thing that really causes problems for all of us. I also will be talking on closing those open doors. That's what I'm going to talk on, and I think that you'll want to stay for the 14th for a church service because you can ask us questions while they're there that day. And also there's going to be a great opportunity just to meet and greet with us during the conference time from September the 11th to the 13th, and then stay for church on the 14th.
And you can meet the world-famous Leslie. We're glad to have you. Go to prophecyclub.com and register. prophecyclub.com. Sign up today. When the suitcase nukes, I didn't say if, I said when the suitcase nukes go off, if you want your car to start, if you want your computers and your refrigerators and things like that, anything with a computer chip to work, you want to have one of these from EMPShield.com. EMPShield.com. And they have videos up there. It takes about 10 minutes to put on. It's not complicated at all. And if you use the word prophecy, promo code prophecy, you get a $50 discount and it helps your prophecy class.